In a previous video, we used a particulate model like this to understand a reaction, not just understand the reaction, but to balance the chemical reaction as well. And when I hand drew these particles, the atoms in this particulate model here, I tried to draw it pretty close to their actual relative sizes. Carbon atoms are a little bit bigger than oxygen atoms, and they're both a lot bigger than hydrogen atoms. What we're going to do in this video is extend our understanding using a particulate model to start to visualize what actually might go on in a mixture of some of these reactant molecules. So what I have here on the left-hand side are the various molecules. I have 2 methane molecules here. I have 3 water molecules. And what I want to do with you is draw what we would expect to see after the reaction. And I encourage you, like always, pause this video and see if you can have a go at that, maybe with a pencil and paper, or at least just try to imagine it in your head before I do this with you. All right, now let's do this together. Now, we know that for every methane and every water, we're going to produce 1 carbon monoxide and 3 molecular hydrogens. And each of those molecules of hydrogen have 2 hydrogens in them. So let's just say that this one and this one react. They're going to produce 1 carbon monoxide. I'm going to try to draw the relative sizes roughly, right? So 1 carbon monoxide. And then they're going to produce 6 hydrogen atoms that are going to be in 3 hydrogen molecules. So let's do, that's 2 and 4. And then I'll just do 1 here. And then 6. All right, so I took care of this one and this one. And now we can imagine that maybe this water molecule reacts with this methane molecule. And so that would produce another carbon monoxide. Let me draw that roughly at the right size. Another carbon monoxide molecule. And 3 more hydrogen molecules, or for a total of 6 more hydrogens. So that's 1 and 2 and 3. And now we have this water right over here that had no one to react with. In this situation, had no partner. And so that's just going to be a leftover reactant molecule. So let me just draw it right over here. So that water could be right over here. And so this was a useful way of starting to visualize what might be going on. Remember, this is happening at a very high temperature. They're all bouncing around, etc. And then when they react, you might get this, but then this water molecule has no one to react to, so it is, you could view it as a leftover after the reaction.